Hey guys, Thundy here, back here at Computex 2026, and I did some gaming on the Surface Laptop Ultra, and you guys will be excited to see what I did with these devices. But before we start anything, let's go ahead and cue that B-roll and get into it. So the Surface Laptop Ultra was the only device at the show that you could actually see functionality and see RTX Spark in action. RTX Spark is NVIDIA's new SoC. It's not just a SoC, it's their first CPU and GPU combo. NVIDIA's never made a CPU to now, and this thing looks like a beast altogether, right? The Spark has a 20-core Grace CPU plus a Blackwell GPU. So it's an RTX Blackwell GPU, Grace CPU combined together. We're looking at 6,144 CUDA cores, up to 1 petaflop of AI performance for AI fans, which is cool because I also got demos where we're able to run LLMs directly on the system for up to like 1 billion functions or whatever. Like, it was insane, but it was also great to see it function. And some of the demos they showed, being able to use your LLMs locally on the device and do things and connect through chatbots remotely, was great. I definitely like that. I like that functionality features. But for us, gaming is very important, and the fact that the Surface Laptop Ultra has up to 128 gigabytes of RAM, DDR5X RAM, with dynamic CPU and GPU allocation, unified memory functionality, is great. This is something that we have been dying for on the Windows ecosystem. Now, the systems that I actually played games on, they mentioned like, oh, the systems are configured with 64 gigabytes of RAM, but some of the systems that had a lot of the AI functionality were 128 gigabytes of RAM. And speaking of the gaming, we'll talk about some of the other functionality apps because there was some really cool stuff. I played a couple of games, right? I played some Alan Wake 2, I played some Pragmata, showed us some Indiana Jones, and then jumped on a little bit of Fortnite. Well, the rep actually jumped on Fortnite, but I was able to play and use the system, right? The hardware itself feels really nice. 4.5 pounds in terms of weight, premium finish, metallic. You've got all your I/O ports, everything. So HDMI 2.1, USB Type-C, which most likely be 40 gigabytes, but didn't mention USB-A, SD card reader, express reader, 3.5 headphone jack. That display, which is great for gaming, as you look at the games, is a 15-inch mini LED, as a PixelSense Ultra display, 3:2 aspect ratio, with a resolution of 2880 by 1920, and check this out, 2000 nits maximum brightness. So you're looking at the best really you can get on a Windows system, but other OEMs will say maybe not so fast. So the first game I played, Alan Wake 2. That thing looked gorgeous, but what I liked about this is that this game, they mentioned that this game is actually native on the system. It's not running on emulation. Some games will be running emulations, and then some games will be native. This is native on the device, and it looks and plays well. You also get full access to everything on the RTX suite that you can think of, ray tracing, path tracing, all that stuff. And you can clearly see how good it looks and the kind of functionality with the reflections, also with DLSS 4.5. All those things just handle really well on this. I was impressed. Now, there was no FPS shown. We couldn't see the FPS or, check it out, but it played and felt like it was at least way over 60. I'll just put it like that, way over 60. Now, the systems were plugged in, FYI, but they also mentioned, hey, look, it's launching in the fall. We want to make sure everything works out well, but we should give you good gaming overall. Then Pragmata. Pragmata is a game that just came out recently, and that is actually run an emulation, and it ran well. This is the kind of stuff that I've been waiting for from Windows and Microsoft. So good to see it there with the Surface Laptop Ultra running, of course, the Spark, RTX Spark, but it ran well. Again, it felt really smooth, really fast, almost felt like this was just how it should be as a system. So I definitely like that. I think a lot of people would appreciate that. So whether you're gaming or walking the convention floor, audio is really important, which brings us to our sponsor of this video, Shokz. Now, they have the brand new Shokz OpenDots 2 earbuds. Now, I'm wearing them right now. I've been wearing them around the show floor, I'm wearing them to game, and they are pretty awesome. I love the fact that, first off, 40-hour battery life. That is truly impressive. 10 hours on the buds. You also have wireless charging with the case. Comes in 3 different colors as well, which is super nice. They are very, very comfortable. I can wear them for hours on end, which is truly impressive with them. Now, these also come upgraded with Dolby Atmos audio, and they do have Shokz Bass Sphere 2.0 for giving you improved sound in compact spaces. Overall, providing a great audio experience that is a huge improvement from the previous version. The audio quality is great. The comfort is nice. Pairing this with my handheld when I'm gaming or when I'm working out, or walking the show floor and being able to hear people have conversations. This thing is spot on, works really well, and I highly recommend it. Then there's also the Shokz app, which has upgraded Dolby Atmos controls, control system for personalization, EQ customization to customize the EQ to your experience, Find My Buds, and multi-point pairing. Definitely use the link in the bio to check it out. And let's go ahead and continue this video. And then Indiana Jones, kind of just showcasing just the graphical fidelity of the system, which looked really good. But also, one of the reps jumped on and played some Fortnite. Now, reason to play Fortnite was to talk about anti-cheat, because this is something that's been an issue when moving into ARM processor. And with this, they talked about the fact that they're working with every single anti-cheat company, not just the developers, but the companies that actually handle it itself to make sure that when it launches, every single game should work. NVIDIA basically kind of stated, like, if it doesn't work, let us know, because we want this to work, which is a good thing. So you've got a system that is powerful. There's a lot here to do. As a gamer, this is great. Like, you have enough RAM, and NVIDIA hasn't talked about what those GPU levels are. I think Jensen kind of hinted it's like a 5070, maybe 5080 on stage. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think that's what he hinted. I was there, but there's a lot going on. If that's the case, this is a beast of a machine, and we're going to see a lot of laptops really carry that kind of power. Now, battery life, they claim all-day battery life, so we'll have to see what that is when we get it. But the Surface Laptop Ultra has a 99 watt-hour battery, so that is something to take note. The trackpad also on this thing is massive, it is smooth, and of course, Windows, you get touchscreen, all that stuff. Now, I'm not sure if this is touchscreen because I never actually touched the screen on here, but it's a Windows thing. It's something you usually get. So that is cool. Now, some will ask, how does this compare to the MacBook M5, right? Honestly, I can't give you direct comparison because I haven't actually paired them side by side. But if you're running specs, you're looking at something where the CPU on the Ultra with RTX Spark is a 20-core ARM CPU compared to an 18-core ARM CPU on the MacBook Pro M5 Max. Blackwell versus 40-core integrated GPU. I'll go with Blackwell, that's just me. Up to 120 gigabytes of RAM for both. You got 15 inches on the Ultra with 2000 nits. You've got 16.2 with its 600 nits max brightness. 4.5 pounds, 4.8 all-day battery life versus 24 hours. I will tell you this, MacBooks, typically about 15 hours, between maybe 18, but I've noticed about 15, 18 hours. Pricing, we don't know, but that's kind of like the side-by-side that you're getting here that, kind of sets things up, right? So what does that mean for us as gamers? It means that gaming is going to be thin and light and also powerful, which is quite interesting. I saw other OEMs. Asus has a ProArt series 14 and 16. It looks absolutely gorgeous. They got the neon whites, nano black, and they look good. They feel good. The luminous OLED display, which Asus makes killer OLEDs. And we have to say how it is. Couldn't turn it on, but I like the feel of the laptop and device. Similar spec layout as Asus stated. They did state there will be 99 watt-hour battery for the 16-inch and then 90 watt-hours for the 14-inch. HP also showcased theirs with the OmniBook Ultra. That looked fire. Keyboard is tight on that thing. Plethora of ports. Same stack of spec on the larger device, the 14-inch. Again, also looked really good. And then MSI had a flip 4-in-1 device. Also stacks up pretty well, and you know, MSI makes games, right? That's part of their prestige line. So that looked really good. Again, we couldn't turn it on. None of the other AMs we could not do, are not powered in any form, but we got to actually feel and see what those devices will look like. And finally, Lenovo had a Yoga, I believe 9N. That also felt really nice. So overall in the PC space, it looks like we're getting some heat, which is pretty good, right? I like the fact that we're getting some heat on here. What does this mean for other OEMs that make SoCs like, you know, Intel, AMD, Qualcomm? I don't know. I don't know how it all stack up because we have to wait and see, but I'm really excited because, you know, NVIDIA's coming in with a lot of heat. They're coming in full force, which means innovation time. You got to innovate to succeed. And I can't wait to see what the likes of Qualcomm, the likes of AMD and Intel do in this space. Intel right now is killing it with Panther Lake. I love Panther Lake. I'm using a Panther Lake laptop here, thin and light. I'm no longer carrying heavy. I don't want to carry heavy laptops. So the fact that I've got something light like this, it's a Lenovo, says a lot, right? And we've seen stuff from Qualcomm with their, you know, the ZenBook series. Those laptops are dope, 14 and 16. AMD also, you know, more power with them. But I could go on and on, but I'm excited to see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, any comments, are you excited about RTX Spark, the Surface Laptop Ultra, or any of the other devices from Asus, Lenovo, HP, all that stuff? Leave your thoughts down below. Let's talk, let's comment, and always enjoy entertainment. I got a pack. Go back home.